Hello guys, good evening. How are you doing, guys? We just wait for a couple of your friends and they are coming already. Okay, so let's start. Let me see why I'm not seeing what I should be seeing. Okay. Do you see my screen? Guys, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, Professor.
Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. So last week we started basically with options, and then we start talking about options, and the plain vanilla options. Okay, so we were talking, for example, about a call. Sorry, change this stuff. So we were saying that call, well, in this case, long call, is simply the option to buy. Okay, to buy a time t, and the strike price, I call it X. Normally, guys, it is called K. Okay, but I'm using X because it's easy to write. And what we said here, my payoff is basically the max of the stock price at time t minus my strike price or 0. Okay, so this implies that if this is positive, guys, I make a positive payoff. I exercise my option. Otherwise, I simply don't exercise my option, and what I lost is my premium. Right? This was the long call. We did a graph of this one here. We're going to do more pricing now, and then we said the long put is going to be the option to sell. Okay, at time t, at a given price X. Okay, the X is my strike price, and then the payoff of a put option is simply the maximum of X minus ST or 0. Right? So now what we are going to be doing, guys, is trying to understand prices. How do we price options? Okay, these plain vanilla options, and how do we identify arbitrage opportunities? Right, so this is the goal of the class today. So let's go. So remember that the prices of a call. So remember we also discussed European calls. European options are those that you cannot exercise before the maturity, and the American ones are the ones that obviously you can exercise before maturity. Right? When we said about the European ones, okay, so what we are going to talk is that the price of the call is going to be C, okay, small c, and we talk about an American option. The price of the call is going to be cap C. Okay, in terms of the put, the price of the European put is going to be small p, and the price of the American put is going to be simply large p, caps p. Now, in order to understand pricing, guys, let's see which is the maximum limits. So what is the maximum you should pay? So take a look to what should be the maximum that you should pay. When X is 0, in the call, guys, the maximum value you can get is when X equals 0. You see in this equation here, if this X equals 0, what I will get, the maximum price, so this should be my maximum C, my maximum price should be equal to ST. Right? So you're not going to pay more than the price of the market if you want to buy an option. Great. Now, when we have a put, the maximum happens when ST equals 0. Right? So what is going to be the maximum put price is going to be X. Okay, what you do is you simply put here 0 to X for the call, 0 to ST for the put. Okay, so this is easy. Now let's go and let's understand what is obviously you're never going to find this situation. You know that these are the maximum prices, but never going to find these situations in real life. What you are going to be finding, and this is what you need to learn, is the lower limit. Okay. So now let's start working with the lower limit. So let's do cases. It's easy to understand if we do cases. Let's do European call on the stocks that pay no dividends. Okay, so these are the easy stocks. So my underlying, guys, is going to be a stock that pays no dividends. It's the simplest case possible. Now, if you follow me for a minute, guys, remember, what is the call, guys? Is the option to buy, correct? So what we are going to be doing is let's create a portfolio 1 and let's create a portfolio 2. Now the strategy is always, if we talk about the call, okay, I will have in my portfolio 1 the call. And now comes the intuition. Okay, if I will buy in the future, what do I need to have now? If I will buy in the future, I need to have the cash. Do you agree? Because in the future, if I will be buying Amazon, for example, I need to have the cash to pay for Amazon. Make sense? And then always the portfolio 2 is going to be remaining. We have call, the option, we have cash, and then we have in the other portfolio, in this case, we're going to have a stock. Now let's analyze what happens at time 0. When I buy a call, okay, I pay the premium. It's a payment, so that's why it's minus. What I will do is I will say I have my cash, and my cash is going to be is the present value. So I will explain in a minute what is this one here. And then I have my stock. I buy my stock. So this implies I buy my cash. This negative here on cash implies when you have a negative guy implies that you are lending the money, you are saving the money. Okay, so this minus here implies that you are lending money, you are saving the money, the cash. Minus S implies that you are buying the stock, spot price at time 0. Now at time 1, you have two options, two situations. That ST is larger than your strike price, or that ST is smaller than the strike price. So what happens if ST is larger than X? So take a look to the call payoff. If ST is larger than X, you exercise the option. Do you agree? Okay, so you exercise here the option, and then you obtain ST minus X. Make sense to you? Why ST minus X? I will explain this in a minute. So remember, guys, that the call option, if you do long, this is my X. So basically, my long call is like that. So this is my S. This is my payoff. Okay. So basically, what this means is the following, guys. What is good for you? S to be to the right of K, correct? Guys, make sense to you? Because you make money. You're going to be making money if S is going to the right of X. So that's why if ST is larger than K, so the price at time T at maturity is larger than my strike, I simply exercise. And what is my payoff is ST, what I pay, minus my strike price. What makes sense? So imagine that this value here is 10. And imagine, guys, that the price in the market is 15. Okay? So basically what it says is I will be making ST minus K. So I will be making 5 extra. So this is a positive number. Now, if ST is to the left of K or X, I simply don't exercise my option. And as soon as I want to buy the option, I simply go to the market and then I buy it in the market. Now, when you deposit, when you lend to someone, okay, when you save the money, so in the future, this is going to be the present, the future value of this present value. Okay, so let me delete. I will just move this a little down. Portfolio 2 stock. Okay, guys, so what are the payoffs in each of these situations? Well, if ST larger than K, so ST minus X plus X, I obtain ST. And in here, I obtain X. So basically, my payoff, guys, of my portfolio 1 is going to be max of ST or X. Okay. Now, what happens if I buy a stock? I simply buy a stock. I forget about the option. I simply buy a stock. What is the future value? It is independent if it's ST larger than K or ST smaller than K. It's simply the price of the stock, correct? So what is the payoff here? The payoff here is going to be simply ST. So these are my payoffs. Okay, so now, guys, comes something that is really important. So I don't know how to do this or where to do it. Yeah, we'll do this here. Something that is really important. Which one provides you with a better payoff? Portfolio 1 or portfolio 2? Which one has a better payoff, guys? Which one provides you with more money? Let's take a look. In the first scenario, ST equals ST. So we are indifferent. Agree with me or not, guys? Guys, do you agree with me? In the first scenario, when ST is larger than K, this portfolio 1 produces ST, and this portfolio 2 produces ST. So we are indifferent between portfolio 1 and portfolio 2. Now, what happens in the second scenario? In this portfolio, you obtain X, and in this portfolio, you obtain ST. So which one is better, X or ST? Guys, come on.
X is better.
X, why? Because X is larger than ST. By here. Obviously, this one here is larger than this one here. Okay? So this implies for no arbitrage opportunities, the condition for no arbitrage opportunities. This implies that the cost of the first portfolio must be larger than the cost of portfolio 1, of portfolio 2, by definition. Otherwise, you have an arbitrage opportunity. So this implies, guys, that as soon as we have negative numbers here, minus C minus XE a la minus R t minus t should be smaller than minus s. Okay, so remember, should be larger. It is larger because in this case, as soon as these numbers are negative, so that's why the inequality goes this way. Okay, if I want to move these negatives in the other side, so this is equal to c plus x e r t minus t should be larger than s. So finally, guys, my cost, my premium for my call should be larger than s minus x minus this part here. So this is the minimum price in the absence of arbitrage for a European call on the stocks that pay no dividends. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you something more, and then we go into understanding this part here. So what happens if we have arbitrage opportunities? If we find arbitrage opportunities. So this means, guys, that you can make money at zero risk. Okay, risk-free money. Okay, that's beautiful. So if we have an arbitrage opportunity, guys, the strategy should be the following. And we're going to do one example just to better understand that. Buy the call, short sell the stock, and lend the difference. Lend means savings. It can be savings, guys, okay? So this is going to be my strategy, guys. So you are going to understand how this works in a minute. Okay, guys, so let me explain you something important. So what is this term? What is this term here? X e to the minus r t minus t. So what is this one here? Okay, So this term here, guys, is continuous discounting. You remember when we start doing some financial mathematics, guys, what we said is, okay, so imagine that we have this cash flow, okay? This is Cn, this is C0, right? And then we said, okay, how these two are equivalent. So what I can do is I can discount my Cn to the present. Sorry. I can discount this one here. And how do I do the discount? So C0 was going to be equal to Cn 1 plus R, correct? And then, of course, if it's time here, so let's do time t. So it should be to the t. Now, this one here can be rewritten as Cn 1 plus R to the minus t, correct? Guys, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here uses intervals, fixed intervals, 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. This one here is instantaneous. You see? So, but what we're doing here is simply discounting. If I have this one here, then simply is the present value of X. Do you agree, guys? It's like this one here. It's simply that all this part here is the present value of the variable X. Right? So your formula, your formula, this one here, that should be this one, simply tells you that the price of the call must be larger than the price, the spot price of the stock, minus the present value of the cash that you have. That's all. You're gonna get it very, very easily if I do this one example. So let's do one example. Okay, let's assume the following. So let's assume that I have the market price is 25. Let's assume that this one is 23. Let's assume that my time to maturity is 6 months. Let's assume that my interest rate equals 10% per year. Okay, and let's assume, guys, that the cost of the cost in the market of my call, let's say equals $3 per share. Okay, so my question here is there any arbitrage opportunity? Okay, copy, and then we do this together, and then we can, I will give you, you know what I will do is I will prepare examples for you, so you can exercise it for you, so you can practice this stuff. This is really cool, really important. So, and it's very simple once you get it. Okay, so what is the non-arbitrage condition, guys? So remember, this one here is what is called also my non-arbitrage condition. Okay, because remember, everything here was under the assumption that there is no arbitrage opportunities. So what we need to do in order to answer are there arbitrage opportunities, simply verify if this condition holds. Right? If this condition holds, then there is no arbitrage opportunity, so I cannot do anything. If this condition does not hold, then I can start applying my strategy. Okay, so let's take a look to that. First of all, we know that C must be larger than S, in this case is 25, minus X, 23, E to the minus 0.1, that multiplies, this is our annual rate, 6/12. If you can help me, please, guys, with a calculator. What is this price here?
I got 3.12.
3.12. Someone to confirm, guys. Someone to confirm.
I got 2.
Confirmed.
Oh, okay.
What do you get, Krista?
Oh no, I put the wrong number. Yes, it's confirmed.
Okay, perfect. 3.12. Okay, so take a look. So what this non-arbitrage condition tells you is that the cost in the market of the call should be larger than 3.12. Got it? So is there an arbitrage opportunity or not? Well, you go to the market and you see in the market, well, the market is offering the price of the call in the market is 3, and the cost should be larger than 3.12. So there is an arbitrage opportunity. Do you agree? This one is exists an arbitrage opportunity because 3.12 is larger than 3, this number here. That is this is the price that I observe in the market. So I have an opportunity here. There is an arbitrage opportunity here that we can use. Okay, so if I find an arbitrage opportunity, what is the strategy? Remember that? What was my strategy?
To buy the calls, short sell the stock.
Exactly. So I buy the call. Okay, it means that I need to pay 3, correct? Because that's the market price. I pay 3. Then I need to short sell a stock. So this implies that I go to a market and sell the stock at 25. So I have my 25. This is positive because I'm receiving money. And the remaining part, you simply lend it or save it. Okay, so the difference between these two guys is 22. And I simply lend this money at a risk-free rate. Correct? Now, one thing that we can do in this table here, this is my strategy. So what I can do is, what is the future value of this 22? What is the future value? It's going to be 22. Remember, the negative here is discounting. If it's positive, is so. Remember, this is a compounding. And how do you compound? Well, compounding was simply the value Cn equals C0 1 plus R to the T, correct? You simply multiply, and the sign here is a positive versus a negative. That's the only difference. So this implies that my 22 in the future are going to be equal to 22 at the interest rate, risk-free interest rate for 6 months is this number. So can you please provide me this number? Do you understand this part here? So what is the future value of this 22 in 6 months? It's simply 22 multiplied by the compounding factor. That is my compounding factor. And then you obtain what is the future value of this 22. Can you help me with that, please?
I got 23.12.
Hey, just give me 1 second.
I got the same thing.
Just give me 1 second, guys. I need to save this. Right. Oh. Okay, guys. Sorry. Nicole. Okay, so what was the value here?
23.12.
0.12. Confirm?
Yep.
Perfect. So this is the value, guys, that of this 22 deposited at 10% for 6 months. Okay. So now let's go to time t. So we are now at time t. So we have 2 possible scenarios. Okay. So my possible scenarios are the following. What happens if ST, so my market value, so this is the price of my stock at time T, is larger than my strike price, larger than 23? And of course, what happens if my strike price, sorry, my spot price is smaller than my strike price? So what happens in this case, guys? Do I exercise or not exercise the option, the call? Guys, do I exercise or not? If the price is larger than my strike price, obviously it's a call, right? So I exercise that. So how much do I pay? Well, I pay, where's my, so what I pay here is I exercise call. And what is the price of the call? The price of the stock given the call is $23, correct? Once I exercise the call, guys, this implies I buy the stock. And what I do with this stock, I return it. Do you agree with me or not? Because remember, you have short sell the stock. So you need to, the stock is not yours. So you have used the stock for this strategy. You need to buy back the stock and then you need to return it. Okay. In this case, what I pay for the stock is 23. Okay. We don't know what is the price here, but I pay 23. And then what I do is simply I recover my loans, like this one here. So basically in the future, this is equal to 23.12. So what is my net? Positive. This is greater than 0. So this is my arbitrage opportunity. Guys, you get it? So I got a positive payoff, 0 risk. So now what happens in ST smaller than 23? Don't exercise the call, right? And then this implies buy in the market. If I buy in the market, what I pay is the price of the market, ST, that is smaller than 23. Then I recall, so once I buy the stock in the market, I return the stock. Because I need to buy the stock in order to close my short sell. And then what I do is the same as before, recover or withdraw my loan, my 23.12. So what is my net payoff? It's going to be 23.12 minus ST. I know that this number is going to be larger than 0.12. And I know that, I know that this number is larger than 0, for sure. Agree with me or not, guys? That this number is larger than 0. Yeah, because ST is smaller than 23. So definitely this number is larger than 0. But what is interesting, guys, is that for sure, this number here is larger than 0.12. Again, an arbitrage opportunity. Right? So in real life, guys, it's very tricky to find this type of opportunities, and if you find them, they disappear very quickly. So that's why the systems, computers, everything is basically trying to compute if there are arbitrage opportunities. Got it? Now, remember that this data, okay, this data is given by the market. This is a time also given by the market. But this rate here, guys, can be different for you than for me. Perhaps that the rate for you, that the risk-free rate that you can get is 10%, but perhaps for me, that I'm part of a bank, that my risk-free rate is only 5%, for example. So those type of differentials can make different valuation. And so for some people, this can be an arbitrage opportunity. For some people, it's simply no arbitrage opportunity. Got it? So that's why there is a lot of trading on equity. Make sense to everyone? Okay. So 1 minute to copy, and then we can move on. We do more exercises. Okay. So now let's analyze what happens. Let's analyze the case of a put. Okay, so let's analyze the case. This is case number 2. European put on the stocks that pay no dividends. Okay, so let's reason for a minute. What is going to be my portfolio 1, and what is going to be my portfolio 2? What is going to be my portfolio 1, guys? As I mentioned to you, always if I'm talking about put, okay, I need to have here a put. Now the question is, what is the put? Is the option to what? Guys, what is the put?
The option to sell in the future.
To sell in the future. So this implies that if I'm going to sell, I need to have the stock with me, correct? Otherwise, I don't have anything to sell. So this implies that my first portfolio, guys, is the put and the stock. What is the one that is missing? The cash in my portfolio too. Okay, so let's do this at time 0 again. I buy my put, I buy my stock. So what happens at T1? I can have again, the stock price is larger than X, or the stock price is smaller than X. So if this happens, do I exercise my put or not? If ST, remember, put, guys, is max of X minus S comma 0. So just you need to remember this one here. If S is larger than K, obviously I don't exercise, I simply do 0. And in this case, yes, I exercise, and I will make X minus ST, that this is a positive number. When you have the stock, in the future, the price of the stock is the price of the stock indifferent where you are. So what are going to be the payoffs? ST and X in this case. Now, if you have cash, so you need to, the present value of cash is this one here. So my future value of cash is X. From here, my payoff is going to be the maximum of ST or X. And for here, my payoff is always going to be X. Which one gives you a better payoff? Portfolio 1 or portfolio 2? Guys, which one? Portfolio 1 or portfolio 2? Which one has gives you a better payoff?
I want to say portfolio 2.
Okay, so let's take a look. In this case, okay, in the second case, X or X, these are exactly the same. Do you agree? These ones here, they are exactly the same. Now let's compare this one here. Which one is larger, ST or X? Guys,
ST.
ST, because take a look to the condition, ST larger than X. So this ST is larger than this one here. So portfolio 1 is the one that has larger payoff. Okay, then by no arbitrage opportunities, this implies that the cost of the first portfolio must be larger than the cost of the second portfolio. Oh, sorry, this cash is negative because I'm saving this. Okay, so if I put this positive, the sign changes. And then finally, what is the price of the put? The minimum price of the put that follows no arbitrage opportunities is going to be this one here. Okay, so what happens if there is arbitrage opportunities? If exists arbitrage opportunities, what is your strategy? Your strategy, guys, is going to be buy a put. If you buy a put, you need to have the stock. So you need to buy the stock. But you need money to buy the put and buy the stock. Borrow money. Okay, if you observe that there is an arbitrage opportunity, guys, you buy the put, you buy the stock, and you borrow money, and you make money for sure. Right? So let's do one example. Let me create one example. So let's assume S, X, R, T minus T, and let's call put of the market. Okay, so let's assume that I have 45. Let's assume that this is 50. Let's assume that this is 5% per year. Let's assume that this is 6 months. And let's assume that is equal to 3.5. Okay, guys. So 5 minutes to solve this one here. My question for you is the following. Given this data, do you see a market opportunity? And if you see a market opportunity, what do you do? And then I want you to show me what is the payoff that you're gonna get if you get this strategy implemented. Okay, it's very similar to the call. Let's try to do it. It's better to do it. I want you to understand. Please do it. Give me 2 minutes. I will bring some more. Okay, 2 more minutes, guys. One more minute, guys. Okay, someone, arbitrage opportunities or not?
Yes, arbitrage opportunities exist.
Okay, so let's first of all, let's prove that. I know that for no arbitrage opportunities, P should be larger than this formula. So X is 50, e to the minus 0.05, 6 over 12, minus current price, 45. So what do we get here?
3.77.
3.77, someone to verify?
Confirmed.
Perfect, confirmed. Okay, so as soon as 3.77 is larger than 3.5, that is equal to the price of the put in the market, there are arbitrage opportunities. Do you agree? So what is my strategy then? I need to buy the put. How much do I pay? 3.5, correct? I need to buy the stock. How much should I pay? 45. This is the market price of the stock. Where do I get the money? I borrow the money. How much money I need to borrow? 48.5. It's positive because I'm borrowing money. I'm using this money to buy my stock and to buy my put. Got it? Now, what we need to see is how much money I will pay in the future. So here we can do the same calculation. What is how much money I should pay in the future? It's going to be 48.5 that multiplies e to the 0.05 to 6 over 12. Correct, guys? This is the value of 48 in the future. It's going to be a negative because I will be returning this loan. So what do I get here?
49.73.
Someone to confirm? 49.73. Guys, someone to help confirm.
Confirmed.
Perfect. Okay, so we have confirmed this value, etc. So now let's go again to the scenarios. If I have that ST is larger than 50, or if I have that ST is smaller than 50, okay, so what happens? So in this case, let's analyze first this one here. In this case here, what I do, I exercise a call. Exercise a put, correct? Because the price is below the strike price. So, and I pay, and I sell my stock at 50. Agree with me, guys? Remember, the put is option to sell. So I sell my stock at 50 at this price, knowing that the price is lower in the market. And then I need to pay the loan. So I need to pay the 49.73. So I end up with 17 cents. No, 27 cents, right? Positive. Agree? Now, what happens when ST is larger than 50? I do not exercise the put. But, I need to sell in the market, sell stock in market. So if I sell stock in the market, what I will get is ST, the market price of the stock. Then I pay the loan. Sorry, this is a negative number. I pay my loan 49.73, And then what I left at the end of the day is going to be ST minus 49.73. We all agree that this number is larger than 0, correct? But also, as soon as ST is larger than 50, this number should be larger than 0.70, 0.27. So basically, in these two scenarios, guys, you have an arbitrage opportunity. So you're going to make money either.
Professor, you were saying that that these cases are rare, like are fixed by the system really quickly.
Yeah. Yes.
How quick are we talking about?
Perhaps milliseconds and perhaps nanoseconds now.
So in other
quickly.
words, you would need like in other words, you can't compete with like the big trading
The
firms and
machines.
stuff like
Yeah,
this.
it is. You know what you can do is remember, if you can get so for me, for example, that I get a 5%, this is an arbitrage opportunity. Do you agree? But imagine that you are able to get this money for only 1%. So for you, I don't know what is your interest rate. What is your risk-free interest rate? So you can have a completely different interest rate. And then for you, you can have an arbitrage opportunity. You can make money by doing this stuff. So that's your advantage of banks, for example. If banks have their own units of options, and the banks lend to these guys at a risk-free that is much lower than the common individual outside that bank, so they have an advantage already because they are going to be making more arbitrage opportunities than us. And for that, they don't need to speed. Of course, they need to be quickly, but they don't need to be like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, also remember, guys, that these are purely arbitrage opportunities, but sometimes you need to take a position also. So let's do one example. Okay, copy this one here. And I think I gave you this kind of homework, not homework, but assignment. Okay. Okay, 1 minute to copy. And I will send you some material. 1 second, guys. So I have just sent you guys an exercise set, okay? At least we can solve some of them now. Ready? Now let's start thinking. Let's start thinking. Okay? Please graph the following. Long call, strike price X, price, so premium equals C, maturity T, okay? And graph, in the same graph, a long put at the same strike price at a given price P and same maturity. And let's assume that P is larger than C. This is normally the case. Okay, so please do this graph and let's try to understand what's going on. This is just to let you know, this is called a long straddle. Okay, but try to understand what's going on here. So what happens here? Okay, please do the graph. Two minutes, guys, and then we solve it. Okay, guys, have you drawn the graph? And understanding these graphs, guys, is really, really important. It's going to be extremely useful for you guys. So imagine, let's do this together, okay? So this is my S, my stock price, right? So how do I draw my, I need to first check what is my X. And then I have a long call. So a long call, basically I pay a premium. So this one here is going to be my premium. And then I simply lose my premium up to here. And then a 45 line, this goes to my long call. Agree with me? Now, I do at the same time a long put. Okay, so let's use another color. And I'm saying that P is larger than C, so I have more fees. It's going to be something like that. And then I go this way. So this is my long put. And my cost for my put is P. Do you agree? So now if you can follow me for a minute just to understand how this works, guys. Look, what is this distance from here to here? It doesn't look like, but it is. So this is equal to what?
Would it be P?
P, exactly. It doesn't look like P, but yeah, it should be P. What is this distance from here to here? Let's do a different color.
C.
Exactly. This should be C. Got it? So this means that this one here is X plus C, and the other one is going to be X minus P. Do you agree with me? Okay. Now, what is interesting, guys, is that imagine that I'm around here. So what is going to be my payoff is going to be this number here. But as soon as I need to pay my C, so basically my payoff, my final payoff is going to be reduced in this side by P. Correct? And then in this side is going to be reduced by Q. Agree with me or not, guys? Because if I only have a long call, this is my payoff. The black one is my payoff. But remember, I need to cover also my expenses because I bought at the same time a put. So it's going to be moved towards down. So what is this distance here? Q. And what is this distance here? C. Agree with me? Because remember,
Right, where's Q coming from?
yeah, Q is this number. Sorry, not Q. P. P. Yeah, this is P. Right? Is this number here? And this one is C. So what is this number here then? It's going to be X plus C plus P. And what is this number here? It's going to be X minus P minus C. Do you agree with me, guys? Okay, now let's put some numbers. Let's assume, just to give numbers here, let's assume X equals 50. Let's assume that C equals 1 and P equals 2. I'm just exaggerating. Okay. Now, before moving from my graph, what I will do, guys, is I will, perhaps this one here. So what is this region here? So when do you think you can use this strategy, this long straddle? You want to make money, right? So what is your expectation? Your expectation is that the price of the stock is going to be between this, or is going to be either this part here or this part here. What is your expectation here in the long straddle? What? So where do you make money, guys? Do you know that these pink lines divide the losses from the gains? Do you agree? So the losses are going to be in between the pink lines. The gains are going to be to the left and to the right of the pink line. Make sense to everyone, guys? Do you understand that? So what is your expectation? Your expectation is that either ST is larger than the strike price plus C plus P, or your expectation is that ST is smaller than X minus C minus P. Because in these cases, you have a positive payoff. Okay, so if we use the numbers, my expectations are that ST, if ST is larger than 50 plus 1 plus 2, so larger than 53, I make money. Or if ST is smaller than 50 minus 1 minus 2, that is 47, I also make money. However, if ST is between 47 and 53, what I do? I lose money. Correct? What is the maximum loss?
Three.
The maximum loss, oh, sorry. The maximum loss, guys, is going to be when the prices are in X, correct? You see that? If the prices end up being in X, what is your maximum loss? It's going to be 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3, negative 3, right? This is your maximum loss.
So you're basically just betting on volatility in that situation.
Yeah, volatility, and you know that the levels of stocks are going to move far away from the middle. Agree? And you can see that now, guys. If you observe, you know, Amazon, Tesla's, the prices move like poof. They move like up and down, incredibly high. Okay. However, remember the volatility influences in the prices. So the prices, these P and C, are not small, so they grow. So if they grow, you can see that basically you need to be making your bet should be stronger to the left or stronger to the right, right? Just to compensate for C and P. Make sense? Okay. Question. Now imagine. This was your expectation. Now your expectation is the opposite. I believe that the stock is going to be in between the pink lines. Okay, so my expectation now is, you know, I've done my analysis and I just, you know, flip a coin. And my expectation is that the prices are going to be between the pink lines. So what you should do, what just in terms of the straddles, what strategy you should use?
A short straddle.
Yeah, a short straddle. So basically, short call, short put. Do you agree? Okay, do it. Okay, do a short straddle. Okay, copy first. Be sure that you understand this part here. And do a short straddle. Okay, 5 minutes to do this. Mhm. Okay, guys. So let's. Have you shown that works or not? It works. Okay. So let's do this. So let's do the. So you have a short straddle. So you do short call at X, maturity at time T, and cost C. And I have the short put at X, maturity T, and P. And let's assume P larger than C. And this is normal. The put normally it costs more. Okay. So if I do the graph, it's going to look very, very similar to the previous one. So I have X here. I have my short call. So my short call at C up to here. And this goes 45 line. This is my short call. And then I have my short put. I'm saying that the price is larger. Something like that. So this is my short put. And here we have P. Makes sense to you guys? Okay, so let's do the. So if I'm losing here, because I have received C, so this part here is going to be increased by C up to X. And after that, this is going to be increased by Q, by P. What I'm doing. Something like that, correct? So my pink region now is going to be this part here. Okay, and this part here is simply X plus C plus P. And this part here is X minus C minus P, correct, guys? Okay, so what is your expectation here? That ST is smaller. Let me delete this part here. My expectation really here is that ST is larger than X minus C minus P, but is smaller than X plus C plus P. So this is my expectation. If this happens, so you're going to be making money. So what is your maximum gain in this? Oh, this is called short straddle. So what is your maximum gain, guys? Where it happens? When we are at X, correct? Here. And this is going to be equal to what? In my example that we had, X was, where was X? I don't remember. What were the numbers, guys? The example? 50, I think.
50, and then C is 1, and T is 2.
Guys, I'm sorry. I was with another microphone. Have you heard me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So C was equal to 1 and P was equal to 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what is my maximum gain? According to my example, it should be 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now, what is your maximum loss? So when the loss happens, so wait a second, it's not maximum yet. So when are you going to be losing money? You have two conditions now, right? If ST is smaller than X minus C minus P, or ST is larger, well, we can do larger or equal, this difference kind of X plus C plus P. So in these two situations, guys, you are losing. What is your maximum loss, guys? What is your maximum loss? Technically, infinite, you agree? So you can lose a lot of money. That's why, what is beautiful about this stuff, guys, normally the people do this in a very short period of time. You know, let's assume 1 day. They say, you know what, come on, I don't believe that the price is going to go below 1% or above or below 1%. So they take the position and they make the profits from the fees. You see that? So they make money by the fees. In the other one, they make money by price changes. So they want, you know, very strong price changes in the longest straddle. Questions, guys?
So the max gain then in the previous one would also be infinite, technically.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because remember in the previous one, so let me go back to the previous. Yeah, you see that the orange one goes to the infinite, and then when technically this one can go also to the infinite. You see, and you have limited losses. So you know exactly when you enter in this long straddle, you know what is the maximum loss. Oh, I will lose 3 for sure. The maximum cannot be more. It's 3. You see that? And so that's why if you are really confident and you say, you know what, it is worth take the risk. You know, it's 3 per share. It's per share. So remember, if you do 100 shares, you are losing already $300. And if 10,000 shares is what, $3,000. And if it's 1,000 shares, you just go compounding. If not compounding, sorry, it's simply go adding. It's not doesn't compound. It simply adds. Make sense? We're going to see more and more strategy, guys, and you're going to have an assignment later about finding a strategy. I will tell you, you need to find these strategies. Go online, just Google them, and then you can find the strategies that are really cool. Okay. Make sense to everyone? Okay, perfect. So let's do one additional case. So let me say this. So let's go into case number 3. European call on stocks that pay dividends. Do you know what is the impact, guys, of dividends on the stock prices? They increase or they decrease the prices?
Increase stock price, right?
Okay, so no, it is very interesting. So imagine, guys, that this is my date time t for dividends. Okay. So and remember, dividends are normally a random variable. Can be large, can be small, can be 0, right? It is a random variable. So what happens with the price? Okay, so imagine these are normal times, and the people know that let's say 2 weeks before this stuff. So the people start speculating. So speculation implies higher prices. So this goes up. And then what happens when there is a dividend? No matter if it's good or bad, the prices are going to go down. Okay. This is just purely expectations, and this happens. So you can take a look to Amazon now, for example. The prices, well, the issue with Amazon and Netflix and all these guys is that they all report now. So Netflix, I think they reported today, so they crashed 10% below, guys. It's amazing in a single round. Amazon also collapsed in 2% or 1%, I think, after hours. They are clustered all together. But you're going to see that normally Amazon, the expectations of Amazon are very high. So what you expect is, and Amazon, I think they are going to report on the 29th of this month. So you're going to see next week the prices are going to go up. Yeah, because the expectation is that Amazon is doing really well with all these pandemics and Amazon Web Services, plus advertising, plus a bunch of things that Amazon is doing, and they have used very well the distribution channels that they have. You know, the Prime, next day delivery. It is amazing. They're great guys. Really, every time that I think about this stuff, of course, there is a lot of discussion about the monopolistic power of Amazon. But indeed, what they have been able to do is amazing. You can buy whatever, and the next day is in your door. The logistics that they manage is amazing. You know, it is really amazing. Okay, so if we understand that one, so my minimum price, guys, is going to be modified simply. Remember, when we have the call, this was equal to this one here, and in this case, as soon as this decreases the value of my stock, so simply my dividend, this is the dividend, a present value of my dividend. I'm sorry, this is R, T minus T. So this is going to be the minimum price, the non-arbitrage price for a call that is on a stock that pays dividends. Okay. Let's do the formula right away about the European put on stocks that pay dividends. So it's the opposite, right? If you want to sell, you want the price to go down. So for you, a dividend is good. If you want to sell your stock, it is good that the price goes down. So that's why the price, the put price, the non-arbitrage opportunity put price is going to be XER minus T plus DER T minus my S. Simply just adding the D. Okay, let's do one example. Let me move to the page. And let's do one example. Let's assume that I have so let's do X equals 60, S equals 64. Let's do R equals 12%. Let's assume that T minus T equals 4 months. Let's assume that D equals 0.8. This is dollars, okay? In 1 month. Okay, be careful. So that the call is for 4 months, maturity is 4 months, but the dividend is going to be paid just after 1 month. Let's assume that the call in the market equals 5. Okay, question. Is there arbitrage opportunities? Are there arbitrage opportunities? Okay, 5 minutes, guys, to do this. Now, be careful, just use the formula, but be careful with 1 month, okay? Okay, it's different than 4 months. Just try to understand that. 5 minutes, guys, to do this. Okay, guys, at least let's identify if we have arbitrage opportunities, and then we can continue with the strategy next week. But if you try to do it, okay, guys, in other sense, I send you also some exercise, an exercise Word document. If you can start working on that, we're going to start working together on next week, okay, just to be sure that we all understand what we're doing. Okay, guys, so arbitrage opportunities means simply that I need to compute my C. Okay, so C should be larger than S minus X. This one here, T minus T, discounted value of X minus discounted value of my dividends. Okay, so let's replace the values. C should be larger than 64 minus 60 that multiplies e to the 0.12. This is 4 months, 4 divided by 12, minus my dividend that is 0.8. Here's the trick. The discount is 0.12, but the time is only 1 month. Do you agree? Guys, you agree? So here is not 4 over 12. This one should be also, this one should be only 1 over 12. Make sense to you guys? Do you understand? Because this one here is the discounted value 4 periods ahead. So I need to bring this down 4 periods. But for the dividend is going to be paid only 1 month after now. So that's why I need to multiply this by 1 divided by 12. Make sense to everyone? Guys, make sense? Okay, so if you can help me here. Guys, someone?
I got 5.54.
5.54. Someone to confirm? Guys, someone to confirm? Someone can confirm? Guys, someone? Confirm or not? Oh, another number. Someone gets another number.
Oh, I'm just looking at mine now and I forgot a negative somewhere, so I definitely could have gotten it wrong if somebody.
Oh,
Okay,
I
I got
got
0.75.
no, I think it's too much because this number should be smaller than 60. This number is smaller than 0.2, and this is 64. So it should be more.
I got 5.56.
5.56. Someone to verify. Can you please verify this number quickly, guys?
I got 5.56.
Oh, great. Okay, so this is the number, guys. Please achieve to this number. Go to this number. So do we have arbitrage opportunities or not? So what no arbitrage opportunities tells you is that the price of the call should be larger than 5.56, correct? But we can see that 5.56 is larger than 5, that this is my price in the market. So this implies that we have arbitrage opportunities, correct? That is correct. So if I have an arbitrage opportunity, what was my strategy? Buy the call. What else? Sell the stock, short sell stock. And basically lend what is left. Okay, so if you can finish this for next class, guys, it's going to be great. So we're going to do a lot of exercises in next class, so you're going to get familiar with these options. Okay, questions? Perfect. Okay, guys, so see you in a week then. Take care, enjoy your week, and anything that you need, just let me know. Okay?
Thanks. Have a good
Have
one.
a good night. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Take care.